Welcome back, Business Freedom Podcast listeners. All right, so I'm titling this podcast episode 10x Your Productivity and Focus Using These Tools. And there's a few practices and a few resources I want to give you to really help you land this whole topic of productivity and time management and all of it. And so the cool thing about time and business and achievement and all of it, like how your life is right now, for 99% of us, it's the decisions we make with our time. And that really doesn't matter if your skill set, if you need to increase skill sets, you can decide to allocate blocks of time to increase a certain skill set. In terms of your finances, right? You can draw a line in the sand right now and decide, I'm going to get rid of that junk debt over the next 1, 2, 3 years. I'm going to stop the, great feeling I get from spending money I don't have on junky consumer debt. And I'm just going to change it right now, right? Straight up Dave Ramsey, total money makeover thing. So you can decide right now in any area of your life that you want to make a move and end up somewhere different than you are right now. And that's the beauty of time. It's 168 hours in a week, 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes in an hour that we all have. And we're just making decisions, which I just think is cool because where you are, in Real Estate B School, we track 6 areas of our life and we want our members to achieve in all areas of life. That includes your spiritual walk, that includes your physical body, that includes you emotionally. How do you feel? Your psychology? Are you content and joyful, or are you discontent and constantly frustrated, right? The area of your finances and your relationships as a parent, as a spouse. And then in your business, right? Is your business moving in the right direction? So I want to just honor the fact that the struggle is real. So I say all of that because I just think it's cool, that time is the ultimate equalizer for all of us because we have the same amount of it. And it's this commodity that we don't want to take for granted. And at the same time, I want to honor the fact that the struggle is real. If you look at all the things that distract us, a lot of them are just awesome. I was going through a productivity challenge or presentation with our team, real estate team at our team advance. And I was just talking about, I've gotten away from watching TV and a little bit, here and there, probably less than 2 hours a week. And this was, I don't know how many years ago, Julie and I, my wife and I, we binge watched Dexter. And if you have watched Dexter, do not judge me. You probably know that I'm a man of faith, and that show is probably not in the spectrum of what a God-filled, human being would binge watch. The point of me telling you that is that Netflix, and let's just say Hollywood in general, shows or movies, they are putting out productions. These were 55-minute episodes of Dexter, and there were 8 seasons. We actually started watching it after all 8 seasons were recorded. We just had never heard of it. We're not big TV watchers. And we got into watching it. I think one of our friends recommended it. And we would watch 2 to 3 episodes a night. We were literally addicted. This was when Julie was still working at the hospital. She'd have to get up before 5 a.m. And we would hit play at 11:30 p.m. We'll just watch one more episode, because it would draw you in. These are like amazingly produced 100, 200, $5 gazillion productions of that are there to draw you in and to entertain you. And so you take that with just the media, social media, news, checking your stocks. What are all the things just think of all the things that can distract you. And if you're a parent, you've got kids to manage. While you're distracted, you're looking at other people on social media, like, why are they better looking and skinnier than I am? And their life is all put together. And, why do they have a better car than I have, or whatever the thing is. And so we're definitely in a time where the struggle is completely real. And you've got to limit your exposure to those things. I think I've covered that in a previous podcast episodes. I just want to honor the fact that the struggle here with productivity and focus and intention is real. There's a quote from an amazing book. The book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This, to me, is the whole point of the book, is this quote. It says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. So in a certain area of your life, like let's take physical body, that's the easiest one to pick on. What is the system for you to achieve maximum health and vitality? Right? What's the system you have in place right now? If you're going to be a business owner, run a like productive real estate team, profitable, systems driven, right? Engaged team members, high culture, amazing client experience, right? If that's the vision, what are the systems you have in place to support the physical body required to show up as the leader you need to in all of that, to have the energy and the patience to deal with team members and, you know, building systems. Maybe you don't have that systems mindset, right? So your physical body, just look at the systems you have around you. You know, are you time blocking to work out? Are you meal prepping once a week? Are you, you know, do you have a gallon jug? I'm showing my gallon jug here of water that you're consuming. The system I have is pretty simple. It's an hour per day. It's a gallon. I need to drink a gallon a day, and I have it on my desk and it's staring at me all day. Your sleep, I track my sleep. I have this Oura ring here. OURA, and every night I track my sleep. It's on a little app. You know, last night I did not sleep great. 6 hours and 56 minutes, although I got a 90 sleep score, 90 out of 100. You know, so when you look at the systems you have to maximize your energy and vitality, what do they look like? It's easy to say, I want to be physically fit and weigh X pounds. What are the systems you have in place to do that? And for your business, we're going to talk about a couple systems today that you could implement into your business that will make all the difference. Before I do that, there is a YouTube video I think is worth watching. It's James Clear, 1% Better Every Day. Go to YouTube and just go James Clear, 1% Better Every Day. His blog is phenomenal as well, like really good stuff that you can consume and you can share with your team as well. It's all about like little things can create these habits that change any area of your life massively over time. And that's why it's called 1% Better Every Day. It's not, you know, training for a marathon. It's committing to become a runner. That quote from the book, that's another sort of quote or point of the book that he made. You don't want to commit to this massive thing and then you run the marathon and then you're done. The system is you're a runner. You're identifying as a runner. And so really worth watching that. And I've listened to that book 3 times. I'm geeking out on James Clear big time. The first strategy here, and this is a tool that you can use. It's called Dominate Your Day. I originally got this from an agent, Curtis Johnson in Phoenix, Arizona, and I've modified it probably, you know, a whole bunch of times since then. Basically, it's one sheet of paper where you're tracking the 3 systems you're working on in your business and the next 5 action steps. You write your top 6 money-making activities for the day. Then there's a section for action items or a task list outside of your top 6, and then 10 things that you're grateful for in a day. And it's just one pager every day, 5 days a week. And I've already talked in previous podcast episodes, you know, you have to have a clear 3-year picture for the business in all areas of your life. You have to land that thing on a 1-year plan in the business and the areas of your life that matter. Then you got to settle into this 90-day world. In the 90-day world, there's 13 weeks, and each week has 5, hopefully not 6 days, hopefully not 7 days that you're working. And if you dominate every day and you just have a lot of intention around every day and you're clear on your top 6 money-making activities, Number one being new business development, number two being follow-up, right? PLAN, we've talked about it many times: prospecting, lead follow-up, appointments, and negotiating contracts. Those are the only four things that are really highly paid as a real estate agent. And as a team leader, it's likely you're still doing a version of all of those. Even if it's recruiting, you're having recruiting appointments or you're signing up new team members. Your agents, if they're not, running a dominate your day or a version of it, they're going to lose the game. Everyone on our real estate team fills out a dominate your day daily and submits it to leadership to review. Super, super powerful. And then, on that one, I'm trying to think of how I can get you a copy of it. I'm trying to think of an easy way I can get you a copy of the Dominate Your Day, because I don't know when this podcast episode is going to go out. Why don't you, wherever you are listening to this, if there's a way to comment, I think we're probably posted on social media as well, in the chat or in the comments, just say Dominate Your Day and we'll get you a copy of it. Okay. And so that's number one. Dominate your day. Has to have a lot of clarity and intention around every day. Be clear on the top 6 things. I do 3. I'm at a point in my business where I've only got 3 things that I do to add any value to the business. And so mine are a top 3. Anywhere between 3 and 6. 3 things that have to get done, or 6 things that have to get done for you to really crush or dominate your day. That's number 1. Number 2 is that you must take clarity breaks. And a clarity break, and this was a concept introduced by Gino Wickman. I was in a coaching program with Gino Wickman, the guy that wrote the book Traction. And he shared with me a practice. It's a weekly practice, anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes. Same time, same place on your calendar. This is a time you do not give up, where you're basically getting out of the everyday. You're getting out of the whirlwind. Right? You're getting out of the whirlwind of your personal life. You're getting out of the whirlwind of your business. This is probably in a Starbucks, Starbucks coffee shop. You're probably, or maybe in the library, maybe in a park if it's a nice day. You're exiting technology. You're probably just with your growth journal, and you're asking yourself a series of questions. And you can build up the list of questions. We offer this as part of this is a critical part of what we do in Real Estate B School. It's this, the 3-1-90 as we've talked about, and then we land on the Dominate Your Day, and we have a business freedom planner we use for that, and then the clarity breaks are something that our members have to do weekly. And basically, you're going through what's working and what's not working in all the areas of your life that matter. So in your business, what's working and what's not working. In the area, your spiritual walk, what's working and what's not working. Your physical, your emotional, as a parent, as a spouse, financially, right? What's working and what's not working. And you're just thinking about, where you've been and where you're going in each area of your life. This thinking time, minimum 60 minutes, as much as 120 minutes, once a week, will change everything once you commit to it and really get after it. So those are 2 tools that you can absolutely do that will make a big, big, big difference. And I'll leave you with this quote from Thomas Jefferson. Mr. Jefferson says, if you want something you've never had, you must be willing to do something you've never done. And so, I don't have the biggest real estate team. Real Estate B School definitely is not the biggest coaching and training company out there. There are a handful of like $30 to $50 million coaching companies. When I look at what I've achieved, though, it's been a series of 1% better every day. I'm not the best speaker. Before I started Real Estate B School, if you were to tell me I'd have a podcast and I'd be on stage a few times a year, 100, 150 people flying in to sort of hear what I have to say, not so much, and I don't say that as an ego sort of thing, because that's not a lot of people. It's a lot of people, though, that are interested in my philosophy around business and life. And so the reason I got to this point is that I just committed to small things, and I just worked on 1% a little bit at a time. And, Real Estate B School, we're probably on our 4th iteration of the structures and frameworks on how we help our members succeed at a high level. How we take someone doing 75 to 100 homes, and get them to 250 to 300 homes. They went from 70 hours to 40 hours. They went from making 250 grand to making 750 grand in 4 years. Right? We've done that. And now we've really figured out the process to do it. And it's only with a commitment to get a little bit better every day. I get a little bit better on every podcast episode that I do. And I'm still not like the end all be all of podcasters. And if I went back, I will never go back. I don't think I've ever really listened to an episode I've done after I've done it. And if I went back though, I think I'd be surprised that I probably used way more ums, and I was less clear in my thinking, and I was probably a little hesitant into leaning into my philosophy on business and life. And I probably held back a little bit with my faith. People may think it's weird that I'm talking about, being a Jesus follower, and, what are they going to think? Are they not going to sign up for a strategy session? Like, now this is just who I am. This is how I lead my life, and I'm just owning it. And, the intention is to really connect with someone who's struggling in the areas of life that matter, and the business being the conduit by which I can help them. Because I love the good, bad, ugly about business. And so hopefully this is the end of this productivity, quote unquote, series, and it's served you really, really well. Take these two tools, that dominate your day, figure out a way for me to get you that piece of paper, and then take clarity breaks. Clarity breaks are just still your mind for 60 to 90 to 120 minutes a week. Put that in your calendar recurring. And also put dominate your day. So you'll have to go through a practice to start the day, and then use it throughout the day, where you have intention around your 3 projects, your top 6, and then you're using it, the task list, and you're putting the things you're grateful for as you go throughout the day. So put those both in your calendar. And then just watch over time how your psychology changes, how your ability to stay focused changes, how you're getting more done in less time because you're clear on the things that matter. That's really what I want for all of you. If you're struggling in business, right? If you've achieved a certain level, you've achieved conventional success in an industry where conventional success sucks, and you're working way too many hours, or you're way too stressed, or you're not making enough money for the amount of effort you're putting in, or you don't have the systems built out to have this thing run without you, or you've surrounded yourself with people that aren't a good fit for what you want to build, or you're not clear on what you want your 3-year picture to look like in all the areas of business and life that matter, and you haven't broken it down to 1-year plan. You don't know what you're doing, and you're in the midst of a 90-day, world of chaos. Then you've got to reach out. You've got to take action. The only thing we have to offer you is a conversation. And it's literally the good, bad, ugly of your business, where you want it to go and what's holding you back. If that's you, go to realestatebschool.com. It is obvious once you hit the site what your next step is. There's a bright orange banner across the top to book in a strategy session. And that's all I've got for you. So if you are a fit for our pilot program, which is 30 days, where I take the risk on it, and we'll build out a 3-year picture, a 1-year plan, and we'll land that thing on a 90-day world and talk about weekly tracking, measurables, and rocks and all that good stuff. That is the pilot program. And it's free of charge, no obligation, no strings, no gimmicks, anything like that. That's just to introduce you into our world if you qualify. So go to realestatebschool.com, and we'll see you over there.